Congratulations on a wonderful performance, Mark. Can you put your finger on what you're happiest about?
The scoreline. That's been coming ever since the Perth game. I got a call particularly after that game against Sydney FC from Popper, and he wasn't surprised. He said that was coming after your performance against us. So that's I think the most pleasing thing is the result, is that the way that we're playing, the style of football that we're playing, is now we're converting that into chances and more importantly goals. So that's probably the most pleasing thing.
And I know you probably don't want to bump up his tyres too much, but can you give some thoughts on Preseason? It just was one of the best individual performances I think a lot of us have seen from a Phoenix player for many, many years.
Yeah, look, it's never easy to talk about a certain individual, particularly someone as young as Sarpreet as well, and we take a lot of caution, protecting him, because we understand what the big bad world can be, it's important that we just keep him level-headed, and it's important that he just purely focuses on his craft, and that's being the best footballer that he can be. I mean, we've had a lot of chats with him, and the last couple of weeks, particularly when he was out of the squad for, we had a good chat, long chat, and he understands how important it is that he does the right things day in, day out if he wants to see the best of himself. So it's my job as a coach, and I've been around the traps, and I understand how Europe works, I understand how this league works, that it's important that he just purely focuses on the day-to-day craft of being a professional footballer. But today, he really took the game by the scruff of the neck. In that second half, we challenged a couple of players, we challenged the team as well. In terms of where we were a few weeks back against Adelaide, exactly the same type of situation, albeit we were playing quite well. There's only shot on goal they had as well. Was the difference in mentality. We knew that the second half, they're an ageing squad. They had a lot of players over the age of 30, and I knew that we could run them ragged. And we asked Sarpreet to really take a hold of that ball and take this game, and he did that. And again, that's another sign of maturity as far as I'm concerned for Sarpreet. But it's important that he just remains focused, calm as well, and he just continues on this path. He's got a lot of good players, a lot of good pros who are protecting him as well, and it's my job and my staff to do the same thing, but he needs to keep going the way he's going.
Just one more from me, and after the Adelaide game, I think I mentioned it last week, you talked about mentality. You said the mentality in this team has to change.
Mm-hmm.
In 4 short weeks, it's a completely different, well, from the outside looking anyway,
yep,
completely different mentality in the team.
It is.
How have you done that?
I think that's all got to do with pre-season. I think we worked him extremely hard. We set certain tasks, tested him mentally, physically, tactically, worked on a whole raft of different things. It was quite interesting that and I think I said this quite early on. Judge us later on. Don't judge us now against Bentley. Don't judge us in the first few weeks in the A-League. It's something that a lot of people do, which I understand, but if anyone asked me if you had a plan, I would have told them, but no one did, and it was always part of the plan. What's most pleasing for myself, however, is that they've taken it on so quickly. We did touch on this playing style in pre-season, but the fact that we turned it around 2 weeks prior to that Perth game was good, and that week we really concentrated more on what we can do with the ball, and like I said, that was most pleasing. But we just got to continue on. It's a good moment right now for the players and for the staff and everybody involved in the club, the fans as well. And I can't stress the importance of the fans out there. There's a real buzz around. The players are loving coming to training. It's a great atmosphere. We worked really hard on making sure we've got the right people at the football club. Our recruitment policy was, I thought, was really, really good, where a lot of people got involved, and we did a lot of work in making sure that we got good references. We watched a lot of games of players, not just the visa players, but the local players that we brought into this football club, because we needed to change the environment and the mentality. So I put that down to a lot of the stuff. We laid a real solid platform in terms of our mentality, so it doesn't surprise me to see that they are where they are, because we've worked extremely hard on that. Yeah, good question. And that was what I was questioning as well as I was walking in, and it's the first thing that I said to my staff. I said, I'm going to be interested to see just how we react to this, because we were here only 4 weeks ago, or wherever it was. You know, apart from maybe one or two, the rest of them were quite positive, you know, and that's what I was most impressed with as well. It was that, you know, it was just reconfirming that we do exactly the same things in the second half as we did in the first half, albeit let's do things a bit quicker and let's try and really run them ragged. You know, we just needed to move the ball quicker, do things a lot quicker as well, but it was good, much better, you know, and that gave me a good sense of belief that in the second half we can do this, you know, and yeah, quite very different, and again, much more pleasing. Or certainly was pleasing, and again, another good sign of maturity and a step forward for our football club.
Yeah, there's almost that 5 to 10 minutes at the start.
Yeah, yeah, right.
And then they take ahead of the charts, and then all of a sudden just click, and then they're back into playing properly.
Yeah, it's interesting. Maybe that was the moment, but I certainly wasn't happy with the first 5 or 10 minutes. I'll tell you that. But that was my decision and my choice because I wanted to go at them, which means we are kind of exposed in certain areas if we're not doing our jobs properly, and that's what happened. They were able to, you know, get through our lines a couple of times, and you know, had that have gone in, who knows, you know, but it didn't, and that's the nature of the game. We were just, it was really pleasing, you know. I sat there as their coach, but as a fan. I was no different to the other people who were standing up cheering. I was, you know, I was right behind them as well. It was fantastic to see.
Last one for me then.
Yeah.
So you're definitely in the top 6 now, potentially in the top 4 at Christmas now. Is this where you expect it to be? Preseason? And we expect?
Yeah, it's a good question, Liam. I don't even think I had, like, in terms of position on the table or points placed. I'm not that sort of coach. I don't think I've ever done that. I've never said by this stage I want this many points, by the end of the season I want this many points. I know other coaches do it. I know Arnie does it. You know, he sort of challenges his team. I actually don't do that. For me, it's more about the process. It's more about changing things at this football club, habits, behaviours, and all that sort of stuff. And then our model in terms of the way our playing style. So for me, it's always a process. I don't put a number or a figure on it after, you know. So. It's good. It's good that we're there. You know, we're in the mix. More importantly, people are standing up and taking notice of this football club. You know, but they know that we've got a very solid back line. We've got 2 fantastic midfielders. We've got a young gun who's just, you know, got the world at his feet, and pace up front, and everyone's scared of pace. So, you know, the wingers are doing really well with Libby. You know, there's a lot of players there that I'm really proud of. You know, Alex Rufer, you know, Louis Fenton, they didn't see football for a number of years. You know, it's so pleasing for myself as a coach to see them playing the way they are with a smile in their face, and they've got a coach that believes so much in them. Libby, you know, is coming of age as well. He just keeps going, and he needs to improve. But it's just really pleasing to see these guys. Mundy, from where he was at the start, you can see now the sort of player this guy is. He's a player, all right. But I believe there's a lot more to come from him as well. You know, Roy wants to really set targets and goals for himself there's never achieved before. All the players have set individual targets beyond anything they've done previously, and it's my job to make sure that they see them through.
Just one from me. Away to victory on Friday. What do you think the players' mindset will be going into?
Happy days, beautiful. Let's take these challenges on. Love it. I think the boys are going to be looking forward to this. You know, they're top of the table if they win tonight. In Melbourne, this is going to be beautiful, great. You know, I want them to enjoy their Christmas. We go into training, we continue on, but play with a smile on your face. Go out there and we did the job on them in pre-season. I know they were a different team that they are now, like we are, but for me it's about enjoyment, going out there, bringing the front foot again. Like I said yesterday, confidence is sky high, belief is sky high. You know, we'll take anyone on right now, and we've got nothing to lose.